Hey, my name is Reynolds, and today I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of what I think of the brand new VNIX 1000S series LED panels by Pixapro. Now recently I used the 1500S and the two 1000s that are lighting behind me on my latest personal projects, and if you haven't already seen it, it involved me hanging 350 Polaroids of me growing up from the ceiling in this barn. Now I knew that when I recce'd the location that I'm gonna need some extra help lighting this barn. The practical lighting inside was okay, but I knew it wouldn't be enough to fill the whole room. So I decided to use the 1500S to kind of give me a general feel of the whole room, and the two 1000Ss lighting behind me were lighting from each corner or two corners of the room, which to light up just the Polaroids. And this just kind of gave it a general feel. There was nothing actually spectacularly amazing about the lighting in this personal project. I just wanted to give it a general feel of the whole room. But using these lights was absolutely brilliant. In the past I've used redheads, which are like halogen bulbs, like 800 watts halogen bulbs, which aren't amazing, so I've recently now come away and I now much prefer to use LED panels. There is a string of benefits to using LEDs versus the halogen bulbs, and then one of the main reasons I didn't use a halogen bulb was because the owner, because it was in a barn, didn't want the use of halogen bulbs in case something happened and you know, wood is everywhere, might catch fire, so I decided probably best not to use that. So I wanted to use some LED panels instead. And these are amazing. I've never used better LED panels ever. These were just so easy to use, easy to operate. It has a really cool dial at the back. It's very user-friendly. You've even got an antenna at the back here. Now this was interesting actually. You can also control the power of the light, dimming it up and down without having to go up there. So this was great. For example, I was able to sit ready to be interviewed, and my operator, my camera operator, he had the lights set up over here while he was looking through his LCD screen, and it was great. So he didn't have to rush over, adjust the exposure, come back, check that it was okay. He was able to look at his LCD screen, he was able to just dial it up and down until we got it right. So that's a really cool feature, and one that we certainly used when we did my interview. Another cool thing during my interview for that is that these also come with softboxes. You can actually strap a softbox to the LED panel to make it even softer. You can also gel these lights, which is great. You can also gel the ones at the back here as well, which is great. These particular models though, they're the daylight ones, so they're not the bicolor ones, although bicolor is available. But if you go for the cheaper one, then you can get the gel that just literally slots inside here. And this is great. And during my interview, just to make it a little bit different in the background, I wanted the background to be super warm and a really nice rich warm. So for that, I purposely put the filters on the 1000S's models, which are lighting behind me again. I put them in the background lighting the Polaroids, and I wanted me to be lit with blue with the normal daylight. So obviously I white balanced correctly for me, which then turned the background super warm. And as you can see, I'm kind of doing the opposite here as well. I'm lighting myself with an orange gel, and these are just staying daylight, which in turn is making this bluer than normal. So I kind of wanted to just give a different feel rather than just lighting it all at the same temperature. I think lighting it this way just makes it a little bit more exciting. Another good thing about these is all of the models are battery powered. Now this one comes with one battery V plate. The 1000Ss also come with that as well. This is probably one of the best features on the day. Because there wasn't that many plug sockets around, we had to rely on these batteries, and they last about 180 minutes at full power. And what's also cool is if obviously you did need to plug it in, that's absolutely fine as well. But also they have a DMX in and out. So this is great if you want to hook these up to light desks as well. Obviously we didn't need to do that, but you've got the option of doing that as well, which is really, really nice. And the reason why we chose not to use halogen bulbs is because halogens are usually powered by AC rather than DC. And without going too geeky, AC doesn't allow you to shoot higher than 50 frames a second without seeing a bit of flickering. Now what's great about these, because they're powered by DC, that means that they remain constant, meaning that there's no flickering at all. So we were shooting slow motion in this video and there was absolutely no flickering from the LEDs. Even if you were to go up to 200 frames a second, you will not see any flickering, which is a fantastic feature. And I've actually personally been caught out in the past by using lights and shooting at 200 frames a second for music videos, and you have noticed a light flickering from other lights that I've used. So I can have complete comfort knowing that if I was to use any of these Pixapro LED panels, I will not get any flickering if I wanted to shoot at a high frame rate. Another obvious feature is the barn doors. So this is great, so you can use these to channel the light, so you can make it contrasty and make it go in a certain direction. And this is great, so you don't have it spilling out everywhere. You can have it go to a specific area to create even more contrast. Going back to the panel again, so you can see the user interface on the back is super reliable, super easy to use. You just use one dial. This is obviously the daylight one. If you had the bi-color, you'd have another one here to change the color. So it's super friendly, easy to use. It's pretty much self-explanatory. And the build quality is great as well. It even comes with a nice little bag as well, which is always nice. Another cool thing about these lights and all of the 1000 series is they have a CRI rating of 95. And without going too geeky about that, basically means that the color rendering of these lights that meets that of a broadcast quality. So you can be guaranteed that you're not going to get certain different color temperature changes between different models. You know that they're going to be exactly the same, and as I said before, it meets broadcast quality. So you can use these in conjunction with big broadcast quality lights. It's not going to affect the color temperature, it's not going to spill or change the temperature and affect your white balance. It's going to be consistent and it's going to be accurate every single time. That's about it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to grab yourself some LED panels, these are amazing. Definitely look out for these. Comes in daylight balance, or you can get the bi-color ones who are a little bit more expensive. If you can't, then don't worry. You've obviously got the gels that you can just pop in there as well, like I did in my latest video. That's about it from me. Hope you enjoyed this, and again, I will see you next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.